Welcome to our podcast, everyone, today.
Hello, everyone. We are happy today.
Today we are talking about March weather.
Yes, March is a very interesting month.
March weather changes very quickly sometimes,
Sometimes the morning feels very cold.
but the afternoon can feel warm.
Yes, sometimes the sun appears suddenly.
That makes the day feel pleasant.
But sometimes strong wind appears again.
Yes, March can be windy often.
People sometimes bring warm jackets outside. Yes, you cannot always predict March weather.
One day can feel like winter.
And the next day feels like spring.
This is why March feels special.
Yes, this month feels very dynamic. Yes, the sun sets much later.
Longer days make people happier.
Yes, sunlight changes people's mood. Many people start walking outside again. Children start playing outside again.
Families walk together in parks.
Friends meet outside more often.
Cafes also become more crowded,
People enjoy sitting outside sometimes.
even if the weather feels cool.
Yes, fresh air feels wonderful.
March also brings fresh smells.
Yes, the air smells very clean.
Nature slowly wakes up again.
Trees slowly grow small leaves.
Flowers slowly appear in gardens.
Spring colors slowly appear everywhere.
This makes people feel optimistic,
Yes, spring always brings hope.
even after a long winter.
Yes, winter sometimes feels very long.
But March always changes everything.
Yes, March feels like a transition.
Winter slowly moves away now.
Spring slowly arrives every day.
This change feels very beautiful.
Yes, nature slowly becomes colorful. Yes, this month feels refreshing.
Sometimes we still see snow,
Yes, March snow sometimes surprises people.
but the snow melts quickly.
Because the sun becomes stronger,
Yes, sunlight feels warmer now.
and the sky often looks brighter. Yes, they create positive feelings.
March really changes our mood.
Yes, it brings positive emotions. Many people feel the same.
Spring energy slowly appears everywhere.
Yes, people feel new inspiration.
That is one reason people enjoy March.
Yes, this month feels very hopeful.
I also enjoy morning sunshine.
Morning sunshine feels very peaceful. Yes, birds sound very cheerful.
Their songs feel very calming.
Nature sounds return slowly.
This makes mornings feel beautiful.
Yes, peaceful mornings feel wonderful.
March mornings sometimes feel magical.
Yes, they bring quiet happiness.
That is why I love spring.
Yes, spring feels refreshing.
March feels like a new beginning.
Yes, a fresh start for everyone.
You know, Alex, the funny thing about March is that every single day feels completely different from the previous one, and that makes the whole month feel unpredictable, but also a little exciting.
Yes, I agree with that because yesterday afternoon felt almost like early spring, but this morning when I walked outside, it suddenly felt much colder again.
That happens to me all the time in March because the sun may be shining brightly, but the wind still carries a bit of winter in the air.
Exactly, and sometimes the wind changes everything because you think the weather is warm until a cold breeze reminds you that winter is not completely gone yet.
I actually made that mistake yesterday because I decided to leave home wearing a light jacket. And after 10 minutes outside, I realized it was not warm enough.
I know that feeling very well because March often tricks people into thinking spring has already arrived.
And then suddenly the clouds appear and the temperature drops again, which makes the day feel completely different.
That is why many people say March weather has its own personality because it behaves differently every day.
Yes, and sometimes even during the same day, the weather can change several times, which makes it quite interesting.
Yesterday, I saw sunshine, rain, and wind all within a few hours, which felt almost like 3 different seasons in one afternoon.
That sounds exactly like the type of weather people expect from March.
Even though it can be confusing, I actually enjoy these little surprises because they make each day unique.
I agree because after the long, quiet winter months, it feels refreshing to see nature becoming more active again.
Yes, the streets slowly become livelier, and people start spending more time outside instead of staying indoors.
I noticed that parks are slowly filling with people again, especially in the late afternoon when the sun begins to feel warmer.
Walking through a park in March feels very different compared to winter because you start hearing birds again.
Bird songs are one of my favorite signs that spring is getting closer and that winter is slowly leaving.
I completely agree because hearing birds in the morning instantly makes the day feel more peaceful and hopeful.
I also like seeing the first small flowers appearing near sidewalks and gardens because they bring colour back into the city.
Those early flowers always surprise me because they appear even when the weather still feels quite cold.
Nature is very patient and it knows exactly when the right moment arrives to begin growing again.
Yes, and March seems to be the moment when nature slowly wakes up after the long winter sleep.
Trees begin showing small green leaves, and suddenly the streets look brighter and more alive.
That small change in color can completely transform the feeling of a place.
Even people seem to notice those small changes because they stop and look at flowers more often.
I saw someone taking photos of flowers yesterday, which is something you rarely see during winter months.
Spring always inspires people to notice beauty in simple, everyday things again.
That might be because sunlight changes our mood and makes us feel more energetic.
Yes, sunlight has a powerful effect on people's emotions, especially after a season of dark, cloudy days.
Winter sometimes makes everything feel quiet and slow, but spring slowly brings movement and life back.
I think that is why many people feel more motivated during March compared to the colder months before it.
People begin planning trips, outdoor activities, and even new personal goals when spring approaches.
It almost feels like the beginning of a new chapter, even though the year already started earlier.
That is a very good way to describe it because spring feels like a reset button for many people.
Suddenly, everyone wants to go outside, walk more, and enjoy fresh air after months indoors.
Fresh air in March feels especially refreshing because it carries the smell of soil, flowers, and rain.
Rain in spring feels very different from rain in winter because it feels softer and more refreshing.
I like the sound of light spring rain, especially when you are inside listening to it through an open window.
That sound always feels calm and peaceful, almost like nature is quietly cleaning everything.
After spring rain, the air always feels incredibly fresh, which makes outdoor walks even more enjoyable.
I also notice that sunsets become more beautiful during this time of year.
Yes, the sky often shows soft pink, orange, and purple colors as the sun slowly sets later each day.
Longer evenings make it possible to spend more time outside after work or school.
That extra daylight really changes people's daily routines in a positive way.
Instead of going home immediately, people sometimes stay outside a little longer, enjoying the evening air.
Cafes and small restaurants start placing tables outside again, which creates a lively atmosphere.
Sitting outside with a warm drink while watching the sunset can be a very relaxing moment.
Those simple moments often become the most memorable parts of spring.
Even though March weather can still be unpredictable, the feeling of change is very exciting.
Every sunny day reminds us that warmer months are slowly approaching.
And every small flower or green leaf feels like a promise of brighter days ahead.
That is why many people love March, even with all its unpredictable weather.
It brings hope, color, and energy back into everyday life.
And it reminds us that every season eventually changes.
Exactly, and that constant change is one of the most beautiful parts of nature. You know, Alex March always changes my daily routine a little.
Really, how does it change your routine?
I start spending more time outside during the day.
That makes sense because the weather slowly becomes nicer.
Yes, and the sunlight feels much warmer now.
I noticed that too when I walked outside yesterday afternoon.
The air still feels cool sometimes, though.
Yes, especially when the wind suddenly appears.
That wind always reminds you winter is not completely gone.
Exactly, spring is arriving slowly, not suddenly.
But I still enjoy these small seasonal changes.
Me too, because each week feels a little different.
Trees start showing small green leaves everywhere.
And flowers begin appearing near sidewalks and gardens.
Those small flowers always make the streets look happier.
Yes, colors slowly return to the city again.
I also hear birds much more often in the mornings.
Bird songs really make mornings feel peaceful.
Sometimes I open my window just to listen.
That sounds like a relaxing start to the day.
It really helps me feel calm before work.
Spring mornings have a very special atmosphere.
Everything feels fresh, quiet, and hopeful somehow.
I think sunlight changes people's mood a lot.
Yes, people seem more energetic in March.
Parks also become much more active again.
I saw many people jogging yesterday afternoon.
I saw cyclists riding through the park.
Outdoor exercise becomes popular again in spring.
The temperature is perfect for walking or jogging.
Not too cold and not too hot.
Exactly, that balance feels very comfortable.
Another thing I love about spring is longer evenings.
Yes, the sun sets much later now.
That means we have more daylight after work.
And people can spend more time outside.
Yesterday I saw many people sitting outside cafes.
Outdoor tables are returning again.
That always creates a lively atmosphere.
Cities feel more social during spring evenings.
People talk, laugh, and enjoy the sunset.
Speaking of sunsets, they look beautiful in March.
Yes, the sky often turns pink and orange.
Those colors make evening walks very relaxing.
I enjoy slow walks when the sky looks like that.
Me too, it feels peaceful after a busy day.
Spring really encourages people to slow down sometimes,
And to appreciate small moments around them.
like warm sunlight or fresh air.
Or simply hearing birds and watching clouds move.
Nature slowly becomes alive again during March.
And that change brings positive energy everywhere.
Even people seem to smile more often.
Sunshine really improves people's mood.
Winter sometimes makes everything feel quiet.
But spring brings movement and activity again.
That is why many people love this season.
It feels like a fresh beginning.
A new chapter after winter.
And many warm days waiting ahead.
You know, Alex March always confuses my wardrobe.
Your wardrobe or your weather expectations?
Honestly, both of them at the same time.
That sounds like a very normal March problem.
Yesterday morning, I wore a thick winter coat.
That sounds completely reasonable, actually.
Yes, but by lunchtime, I felt like I was inside a sauna.
That is the classic March experience.
I was walking around carrying my coat like a giant bag.
I have done exactly the same thing many times.
People probably thought I forgot how seasons work.
No, everyone understands the struggle in March.
What about you? Did March trick you recently?
Oh yes, something funny happened last week.
Now I am curious, tell me the story.
I checked the weather forecast before leaving home.
That sounds like a responsible decision.
The forecast said sunny and mild weather.
Let me guess the weather lied to you.
Completely lied, actually.
What happened then?
10 minutes after leaving home, it started raining.
That is such a typical March surprise.
And of course, I did not bring an umbrella.
That always happens at the worst moment.
I tried to walk faster, but the rain became stronger.
So you arrived home completely soaked.
Yes, I looked like someone jumped into a lake.
That must have been a very refreshing walk.
Refreshing is a very polite word for it.
Did the sun appear later?
Yes, actually, 20 minutes later, the sun returned.
That is exactly why March weather is famous.
Sunshine, rain, wind, everything in 1 hour.
March really cannot decide which season it prefers.
Winter and spring are fighting for control,
And we are just trying to dress correctly.
which is almost impossible sometimes.
That is why people say layering is important.
Yes, layers are the real heroes of March fashion.
A light jacket, a sweater, maybe a scarf.
And sometimes sunglasses and an umbrella together.
That combination perfectly describes March weather.
You leave home prepared for 3 different seasons.
Just in case the weather changes its mind again.
But honestly, I kind of enjoy the chaos sometimes.
Really, you enjoy unpredictable weather.
Yes, because every day feels different and surprising.
That is true, it never becomes boring.
Winter can feel very repetitive sometimes,
Yes, cold grey sky every single day.
but March feels more dramatic and playful.
Like nature is experimenting with different moods.
Exactly like nature is testing the spring settings.
That sounds like nature is updating its software.
Yes, version Spring Point 0 loading slowly.
Hopefully without too many bugs.
Unfortunately, rain and wind are still included.
At least sunshine appears more often now.
And every sunny day feels like a small reward.
People immediately go outside when the sun appears.
Parks become busy within minutes.
I saw people lying on grass yesterday.
That is the international sign of spring.
Yes, when people trust the ground enough to sit.
Winter grass is usually too cold for that.
But spring sunshine makes everything comfortable.
Even simple things like sitting in sunlight feel amazing.
After winter, sunshine feels almost luxurious.
That is true, we appreciate sunlight much more.
Maybe winter teaches us to value small things.
Like warm sunlight, fresh air, and green leaves.
Exactly, spring reminds us those things exist.
And suddenly the world feels brighter again.
Even if March weather is still a little crazy.
Crazy but charming at the same time.
I think that perfectly describes March, actually.
Unpredictable, funny, and full of surprises.
Just like our conversation today.
Hopefully with less rain, though.
Yes, microphones and rain do not mix well.
That would be a very interesting podcast episode.
Live podcast recorded during a rainstorm.
With thunder as background music.
That might actually sound dramatic.
Maybe we should try it one day.
Let us wait for a sunny day instead.
That sounds like a safer plan.